Hello, friends. So I got back from the road Saturday night, and turns out I got COVID. So we immediately threw the kitchen sink at it. All kinds of meds, monoclonal antibodies, ivermectin, Z-Pak, prednisone, everything. And I feel great. I really only had one bad day.
Well, hello out there. How's everybody doing? Is everybody staying conservative in New York? Christopher Wright here to visit you with us. Sit back and chat. Remember, if you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, and share. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. You guys saw that little clip I had before the video started. It was Joe Rogan. He recently came down with having the COVID, and it was crazy because when he came out and said he had COVID, a lot of the people on the left, the dark web specialists on the left came out mocking him and, laughing, making fun of him, like, how you deserved it. Of course, death, hoping death upon him and all that crazy stuff like that. And, I'm not like, I got no problem with Joe Rogan at all, man. Like, of course, we don't see eye to eye necessarily on all the things political, he's a Bernie Sanders supporter, even though I think deep down he actually likes Trump. And you don't want to come out and say that because that would, give him really a more difficult time with his podcast and everything like that, especially being on Spotify. But anyways, they were just mocking him, making fun of him, hoping death upon him and all that stuff like that, saying he deserved it, that's what you get for, not taking the vaccine shot and everything like that. And I'm like, come on, guys, man, that's the thing about the left. They have, no morality, man. There's total disrespect, no respect for humanity. If you don't follow their narrative and push their BS and their nonsense, then you might as well be dead to them. Or you're a Hitler or a Nazi or, whatever they want to call you for that moment or whatever. Just, and they're worse on the internet, of course. Everybody's worse on the internet, but it's still out of control how they act. There's nobody, there's a lot of people left I don't like personally, but I would never wish death upon anybody. That's never my thing. That's never going to be my thing. So, he's doing better. He, went out, took vitamins. I forgot what exactly cocktail he took exactly, of what mixture that pretty much helped him, take care of the COVID. He said the first day was rough, and then after that, he was feeling good. And, so he said, and I keep telling people, man, when it comes to the vaccine, this is where I stand, guys. Some guys I did previous videos and people got mixed up. This is my issue with vaccines. I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, okay? Let's just get that out the way. I took vaccine shots growing up, I had flu shots when I was a kid and all that stuff like that. I don't have an issue with that. I have an issue with the mandatory. If you're pro-vaccine mandatory and they force it upon you, like you have to do this kind of thing, I have an issue with that. Because here in New York, here in the city now, they're doing the vaccine passports where you gotta, go to some certain restaurants or gym or certain places, you got to have a passport. And people, if you know your history, look how the Gestapo and Nazi Germany, how it all got started. It didn't start out with them kicking down the Jews' doors and just yoking them up and putting them in concentration camps. It started off with the Nazi youth, them talking about this is for your health, this is for your safety. And you see how they're doing this thing, holding this whole COVID situation. This is all for your health, for your safety. They're trying to, come out there and, and do the whole pandering for the black community. They're pandering for the black community with, having rappers coming out talking about it in New York City. When you're on the subway, on the train, you hear the little radio going off with celebrity Whoopi Goldberg's Little World, all that stuff, talking about take the vaccine shot and all that stuff like that, and make sure you wear a mask. So it's just, it's just propaganda they're pushing at the end of the day because there's no proof. The fact that they have people who had the vaccine, the more vaccines that's been getting taken lately, you see a lot of people taking the vaccine shot as of late, and now you're seeing the increase of people with COVID. And of course, they're looking at statistics in the hospitals, and they're not going into details. They're not telling you anymore of who is in there with COVID in the hospital right now, who's taking the vaccine shot. They won't say that. So until I get that information, get those details, I'm not going to come out and be, take the vaccine shot personally. I'm unvaccinated, and I plan to remain that way. And if I think I had it in the February of 2020 when it just came into the States. I think I got sick for a couple days, and I never get sick, so I might have had it then. But other than that, I don't need the vaccine shot. I've been getting healthier in my life. I've been fasting, working out, just feeling great. And that's what I'm going to do to combat this situation. You know what I mean? Just go out, get sunlight, do what I got to do. Because, I even look at what Trump, how he carried himself. If you guys remember, during the whole situation when he came down with COVID, I remember because I was at the Brexit event. There's a Brexit event in DC. I went to Young Black Leadership Summits, the first 2 ones, and then the third event was a Brexit event. That was the last event before the whole stolen election situation. But when Trump came out that day to speak to us, he had the mask on. The first thing he never wore the mask when he was president. So when he came out with the mask on, he just ripped it off and threw it to the side. And then he pretty much said that he came down with it and he took the hydroxyquine. That was his cocktail, his medicine cocktail he took. And just said he got sunlight, took his vitamins, and he was good to go. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I know he came out afterwards. He's the one who came out with the vaccine. People were saying, oh, he's the one who is the reason why it's being forced and the quarantine and all that. And that's not the case. If he was still president, you guys know he would have had the economy up and running again. He wouldn't have made nobody. He even came out and said, it's your choice when it comes to the vaccine shot. He recommends it, but it's still your choice. And that's all I say. If you're pro-vaccine or anti-vaccine, just be about pro-choice when it comes to that. You know what I mean? I know people personally here who are Max supporters who got the vaccine shot, and I never give them a hard time. I never say, well, why'd you do that? Are you crazy? And I was like, no, it's your choice. And some of them were older people or had past health issues, and they were just concerned, and they took a shot. So I have no problem with that. More power to you. You have the power of choice. But if you're like me and choose not to take the vaccine shot, and you are younger, healthy, and you say, I would just rather go with with God, the strength that God's given me, with my personal health at this point in my life, and see where it takes me, then more power to you there as well. And that's what I've chosen to do. And I'm not forcing anything, any decision making on anybody who's not pro what I'm on vaccination, and I'm not spending them to force any decision on me. Because you guys see the shirt I have, stop the pandemic, my body, my choice. And I even told some leftists here that in the past is, oh, where's your mask? And I was like, oh, my body, my choice. I heard that for the past 3 years with this Me Too and freaking all this nonsense that they've been doing. So hey, I can use it against them too. I tell people all the time when it comes to the left, beat them at their own game. They got nothing to say. So it is what it is. Joe Rogan, I'm glad he's doing better, man. I'm glad he's, I said, I want to do the Joe Rogan show. I mean, I've been knowing about Joe Rogan since, Fear Factor days. And, I watch UFC and mixed martial arts. And I know he announces there. So, I respect his announcing abilities. So I never had an issue with Joe Rogan. Even watched the show more, the Joe Rogan show, during the quarantine when I had a lot of time on my hands. So I ended up watching more than I ever watched it. And I, became a fan of the show. And, unfortunately, when I heard he got sick, but, he's came out saying he's feeling better. He looks good, sounds great. So anybody out there listening, man, don't just jump into what the mainstream media tells you to do when it comes to this vaccine and just immediately do it. Do what you feel is best for you and what's the safest for your personal health, and go that route. It's your choice, And like always, hope you guys enjoying the content. God bless everybody out there listening, and God bless the United States of America. Peace out.